Somebody else. Yeah, he made that shit. All right, start recording. All right, cool. I think we are live. Sorry for the delay today, but we are here. So let's get to work. Eval trading inside of our our Apex accounts, excuse me there, and we are looking for some longs as it stands right here. Now on my right side, I have a 15-minute chart. I have Brennan, my brother, to my left actually in real life, but on the right side of this chart, 15-minute. Left side is going to be our 1 minute per usual, and we're looking to take some longs here. So, or at least let me see what we can get. But let's get the link sent out so folks know where to find us, and then we will be on our way. View channel. Okay. Really appreciate having you guys here already. Let's turn this on mute. Okay. Let's go share, copy. And it looks like I'm looking at the 15-minute here and I'm seeing prices I'm wondering if this level is going to hold or not. But if not, if it does, then this 43 level's next, which is up here. And so I'd be looking to take a long into that. So let's see. Let's go here. We're going to get everybody sent the link first, and then we will get to getting into this thing. Channels. My shit just not wanting to load or what? Come on, bro. All right, so price rejects. That's kind of what I was thinking here, or kind of what I was seeing. Let's see if we go here, and we are live. Get this sent out a couple different places, and we'll get to work. Now, I don't know if there's any news yet, so let's go and check Forex Factory really quick. So news at 7:30, nothing massive. Unemployment claims came in lower or higher than expected, so that's okay, I guess. All right, so nothing to be worried about there. I'll add that. And then I think I need to do one other thing here. But we're kind of chopping right now, so let's see what we got. Okay, how's everybody's morning going so far? Taking any trades? I was actually not around to take what would have been any of this at 850 or so, and then the open wasn't able to get that either. Let's see. Add. All right. Cool. Let's get to work. All right, so I'm seeing some short-ish here. I'm seeing some, what is that? Candle wick check. Get that out of the way. I don't know what I'm seeing. Let's get rid of these signals for just a second. Okay. All right, so on the 15-minute, what I'm seeing is price rejected this high up here a couple times, here and here, and then we're pushing back down, which is great. So what I'm kind of seeing now is like price could settle at this 500 level, which would be all the way down here on our 1 minute chart. So we essentially would just be looking to test this level again over here. I'll mark it out right here, and then we could also be looking to test somewhere in here as well. So this would be a very solid move. If we get some more movement here, we could be looking at getting one of these. Now, all right, the ATR is already pretty low on the day, so I'm not sure what that means for the rest of today. Low ATR is never really going to be a great thing. Let me add the ATR to our 15-minute just to see what we can expect. And where is it? Okay. Change it to yellow so I can actually see it. And then we're gonna change this to 7. And then I think we leave it at SMA is fine. All right, so we're looking at 25 points per candle on the 15, so that's fine. That's enough prediction for me, which means we might have to hold some of these trades a little longer than we want to get the profit we're looking for. But again, just 1,500 bucks here, and there is our move down. So now we're looking, even that 497 level could be something that we'll look at. Looks like that was right after the open on the 15. So we'll see. We'll see. Happy to have all you guys here. Let's get to work. Good morning, Todd. Great. Good to hear that, Todd. I think my latency is about even. So let's see. I think we're pretty good here. All right, I'm gonna go short right here. And the reason for it, and this might be a little bit of an aggressive trade here, but the reason for it is I'm seeing the 15 is coming down here, and we're getting to our profit zone obviously, but I'm still seeing that price is trying to get back to these lows over here. And so I'm going to be a bit aggressive in trying to take this. So let's see, there's 180 right there, there's $100. 120. Let's see what we have for this trade here. Let's see if we can get price to break outside the channel and maybe run down to our 503 level. There's $300. Okay, 200, 180. Let's see. We're bouncing. Okay, 320, 340. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can just hang on to this one a little bit and we'll see what we get. There's 380, 360. I want to be a little more patient with these here as price is really, well, I don't want to give back $300. All right, so there's that, 320. Let's see if this next candle wants to bring us. Okay. All right, we'll take 160 on that one. We'll be patient and let's see if we can get another trade here. Looks like price is really starting to fly a little bit. So if we get a push up again, we can take a short. Gosh dang it, I said I want to stay in the trade, I didn't, and we missed out on that little piece right there. Now let's look at our P&L so far. So we're up 155, okay, that's fine. And damn it, we got price to get where we wanted to go. So just exited a little bit too soon on that one. Good trade, but bad execution as far as exiting. So we'll wait for this candle to finish out, and then we'll see if we can get ourselves, probably look to that 497 level as, so like right down here as being our target. It could get a little tricky as price has bounced there quite a few times, and so we'll see if price wants to get all the way down there, or if we can get, looks like we're about 7 points away right now. So we'll see, we might even have price reverse up quite high before, actually, let's see what we got here. Here's where price held before, so we'll see. If it pushes down and pushes up sharply, I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm waiting. I'm gonna go sell right here. All right. And I got a pretty good feel for what TradingView offers me typically, so that's good. And if we get up about 360, I'll take that, considering where the ATR is right now. So there's 120, there's 80, 120. So good spot here. We're expecting price to come back down and test these new lows on the 15. But we'll see if price just gets back down to this 501 level. I think that'd be cool too. So there's 300, 240. Okay, so we had 300 there. 120, 100. All right, so we're down. So we're seeing if price wants to bounce here. We're gonna hold. I still like our spot here. I just wanna see what price wants to do with this level right here. So we'll be patient, but we're down 200, down 180. So I hate being up 200, 300 bucks and then being down. That's super annoying. You don't like those big swings. But we'll let price ride out and see what it wants to do here. We'll hold this one for a little bit and then we'll keep going. Got 80 of you guys watching, appreciate it. Make sure you guys like the live here, it helps out. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. All right, so we're down 80, down 100. Now I'm gonna hold this trade a little bit longer as I'm seeing price is still, holding steady. Let's see if we're gonna continue to actually build off of this or if price is just pulling back for a second and if we're gonna keep coming back down. So here's what we're looking at. Okay. We're just being patient here. 160, 120, 100. All right, there's plus 40. Let's see if price wants to continue to push this one down or what we're gonna do here. There's 60, there's 20, even. All right, plus 80. I'll have to close this one out. We'll see what we get here. Just being patient. Okay, 120, 180, 100. All right, so price is starting to build up a little bit here. So the system's going for a long in the 1 minute. I'm wanting to see what price wants to do here. If it's gonna keep pulling back, then that's fine. Let's just see what we get. So there's 80, there's 40. Ah, shoot, I closed out a little bit too early. There's one, I closed that one out, I think down 140, I think it was. All right, so we're still positive for the day, but not the best trade there. So we're gonna let price kind of sit and wait and give me something on the 15 to see what we wanna do here. The 1 minute has kind of built this right here. So actually that was a really solid trade, really good entry. We just didn't take the profit we should have. So we should be up 600 bucks instead of being up just barely. So two really good trades back to back. We just didn't exit soon enough. And that happens, and we have to be okay with that because we do want to hold and sometimes try to capture those $1,000 moves. And from time to time, you're going to give back some profit trying to do that. So ideally, you don't blow up an account by holding until here, and then you get smoked out of the whole thing. We still want to make sure our losses are pretty small, but not a bad start considering we're seeing the market very clear. We just aren't getting out soon enough. So let me know where you guys are watching from. Good to have you guys, Todd. Good to check in and hear you as well. Let's see what else is going on today. Let's see, we had, sit back and watch, okay. Do this. So we did have Bitcoin hit 100,000, which is sick. So that's pretty cool. That was cool to see last night, holding above. Market's a little bit red today, so that's fine overall. As I'm looking at this thing, I'm seeing, okay, some red, which is fine. I'm not really upset about that. Prices, we're basically at even. So if we go like a daily chart just for a second, like we got price wicking between, these two levels here, and thinking about where the ATR is, we're still pretty low considering where price could be. As far as 300s on the ATR for the daily, but we still have enough room to make some trades. It just might take a little bit longer for price to make, that decision. So do I want to go short on the daily? Like, not necessarily. I wouldn't look at this movement on a 1 minute chart and say, let's go short. I'd probably be waiting for a long, but I'd want to make sure that I'm seeing things properly. All right, so let's see the 15 here. So 15 does bounce at this 503 level essentially and run away. So that's interesting to kind of see where that one finishes. So let's see what this candle wants to end up doing to close it out, because we're ranging inside of our channel here. We did get 2 breakouts that we caught. We just didn't exit soon enough, which happens. So I'm not worried about that. Okay, let's keep it going here. Make sure we got all of our tools in here. Good. All right. So, new candle here, and we'll just wait to see what happens. Wait to see what happens. All right. So, if I had to guess, I'm saying price is going to start building up here. Let's see where price wants to go. The most intriguing level to me is this 534 level, which is up here. So, that looks like a reasonable place that price could get to. Here pretty soon actually, which is basically just a previous wick, which means if price on the 15 is just dancing, I'm gonna draw a thing right here. If price is just dancing between these levels, then we know that we could be looking for shorts up here and longs down here, which is fine. We just have to be patient and let those trades come to us. So we'll see what price wants to give us here. If we can get a long trend forming, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. But yes, the right side of the screen right now today is a 15 minute. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, so price dumps down. Okay, so we're waiting for that. We're still inside our channel in the 1 minute, so we're gonna be patient here. But we got a nice little chop, so we're gonna let that one hang out. Let's go here. What are you doing? This was loading, it looks like. Give it a second. If it doesn't load, take it off, put it back on. Okay. Or just hit refresh. Let's see if that does it. Yeah, hit reload. And we'll see what we got here. Alright. Okay. Waiting, and waiting. It's the worst part of the whole thing. We just have to sit back and be patient. But we will get what we're looking for here soon. All right. So I'm looking at the 15-minute chart here, and I'm gonna take this off the screen really fast. VWAP is where, so we're sitting at VWAP, so that's fascinating. Show signals, okay, and then I'm going to take off a couple of these, some of these midlines here for just a second. Mid. To just give me a little bit more space to see. But right now, we're sitting at VWAP doing nothing. Now VWAP is just the average purchase price of the day. And so when we're sitting at it, we're not gonna see anything, which is why the daily looks the way it does, where we just have price sitting, doing a whole, obviously this isn't gonna fit, but like doing a whole lot of nothing right now. And so eventually there will be a move and then a move off of that move, but we have to wait for that thing to catch up and make something happen. So if we're gonna hold below VWAP, basically, this is hard to read, honestly. Like I don't even know which way I'd wanna take this, but let me see if I can get some of this off the chart here. 1, 2, and 3. Like if I'm looking at VWAP here, I'm not sure if price is essentially like holding, trying to be below, and so we should be looking for shorts right here. Or if price is like we're going to be above VWAP, and we've tried a few times. Again, it's hard to interpret here. So when we get this to be more, let's see, more easy to read, then we'll definitely have a nice little move for us to take. No news for us to look at, so we should be fine there. But we just gotta wait and see. So won't be as many trades right now, but I bet if we waited, a few more minutes, we could probably get something here. So let's see if price wants to test and run through VWAP and get up to this 33 level, 10 points away. We'll see if we can get that. If we can get that, then we'll have a long trade that we can take on our 1 minute here. All right, so let's see. Okay, pullback as expected. This would be our long entry right here. We're not going to take it yet, but that would be the long entry we'd be looking for, that type of price action. But we got to see. We got to let price, make a move first. The ATR is just down in the dumps. It's in the gutter already. Which, if it's this early, what that lets me know is that there's going to be a move later today. It just might not be at 9 a.m. It might be a little bit later, but we'll have to wait and see what price wants to do here. So, see what we want to do here, which is the most boring thing to do, is sit back and just wait and do nothing, but it's better than blowing up accounts. So, okay. All right, so price tried to break above VWAP, then it pushed below, now we're kind of back, and so now we really got to sit here and just hang out for a second. Ooh, okay. Okay. Let's see. All right, so we're holding below, so that's something. That's something, which sometimes can mean if we are, there we go. If we're holding below and we're trying to build down, like, so we're going short here potentially, then some of these levels down here could get into question pretty quick, because if price is gonna reject up here and push down, then we'd be looking at a down day, which would mean that some of these lows would get blown by pretty quick, which means we'd be wanting to look more closely at not these lows, but somewhere over here. So we'll see. That's a theory of mine, but it'll probably take a few hours for us to figure out where price wants to go. But so far in the morning, we've just had bounce after bounce after bounce, which is fine. We can actually very easily predict that, as we've seen this morning so far. We just have to wait. So let's see what we got. We'll keep going. All right. All right. Okay. Price is popping up again, so we could be looking for some longs. We're just waiting. What are you about to do? Yeah. I'm not. The static is like your drawdown stays the same. So it doesn't move up with you. It stays at negative, whatever. Okay. Yeah, but I'm not too proficient with it. I've never used it before, so it'd be new for me too. You were to do that. Give it a shot. All right. Good to go there. Good to go there. Yeah, we got something. It's just there's nothing to. We just don't have a lot of movement here to make anything stick. All right, so if we get this long right here, I could be looking for a pullback, and I'm waiting for a pullback rather. But then we're gonna maybe look to get those 33s, which is right up here. So let's see if we can get a pullback. And there goes price. I'm gonna enter long right there. A bit aggressive on the entry, but I'm basically thinking that price is going to push into these upper highs over here. And if we get that, I'm not looking for this thing to make $5,000, but if we can get, 300 bucks or so, 200 bucks of movement here, then we should be solid. So my entry was a little bit early, so that's gonna, penalize me a little bit for this trade. Probably should have waited just for a second, we'd be up, but we'll wait. But price is really chopping, so our entries and exits have to be quite punctual. So there's price pulling back on me a little bit. That's fine. 140, 160. We were at 220 at one point. So I'm not really too panicked about that. I do see prices trying to push up, so we'll wait around for that. Now I'm not as concerned with what the 15-minute has to say about like the way in which direction price is going, because I'm really trying to be in these trades for a minute or two or three, not 15, and so that's why I'm going to hold this trade a little bit longer. So there's minus 400, 340. Let's see if this thing can actually hold, or if we're going to have to get out of this trade with a moderate loss here and try to trade this thing back up. 460, 420. Let's see what we got. There's 320. All right, so price is going to dance here. We're trying to trade away from VWAP, but if we can't get it, we can't get it. So let's see. There's 400, 460. We're waiting. All right, so we'll take minus 520 on that one. And really, we had a chance to get out profitable, and we just didn't get it. But we also entered a little bit too soon. Now, this move never really came to fruition like I wanted to see. And so that's kind of how we ended up with this trade. But the idea was that we were going to get price to fly up here. And we did. We got 4 points short. So we just weren't able to get all the way up. Not a bad thing there. Let's see if we're looking for shorts now. So there's the 15-minute finally making some decisive price action, pushing back down, which is good. So let's see if we can get ourselves maybe even a short right here and take advantage of this move. So price gets back into the channel, one candle, and all right, I'm gonna go sell right there. Bit aggressive, really aggressive trade here. But let's see if we can get price to push back down, get outside of our channel, and then get down to like 503. This would be a really big move. I don't know if we're gonna get 503 right away, but what I'm basically trying to see is if price will hold after making this low from VWAP, and if it'll push back into where I'm looking to be. So there's minus 360, minus 340. So it's really, really choppy right here, but I'm seeing this rejection. And so let's see if I'm seeing this correctly, which is price holding underneath VWAP and then pushing below. So we're back to even. And again, had I waited a little longer, we probably could have had much more profit in this trade, but we'll see. We've been sitting at basically even profit for some time now. Okay, minus 40, plus 20, minus 40. All right. We're just gonna wait here. We'll sit here and wait. Now we'll be patient here. So plus 40, plus 60, waiting. There's 360, 400, 480, there we go, 400. This one took a little bit longer, which is fine. 360, 420, 320. Okay, let's see if we can get price to go a little lower if we need to get out. 420. All right, I'll take 380 on that one. Probably a little bit more meat on the bone, but we want to make sure that we're sitting in a good spot here. So we're still down about 200 bucks inside of this eval. We got to get back to profit, but good trade there. Again, we're seeing price right. If we're going to withhold or hold at VWAP, then and hold below, then we definitely have ourselves a bit of a direction, and we'll take that all day. So let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can get another one of these. And now I'd like to see price get outside the channel a bit first, but we'll see. We might not be able to get it. So if price reverses up, we have something, but I don't know if I want to take this trade yet. Okay, ATR popped up a little bit. All right, so this isn't going to be a trade for me just yet, only because price is still inside of our channel. And what I don't want to do is take one good trade and then one bad trade, one good trade, one bad trade. I don't really want to do that. So price is going to pop up again and just hang around VWAP, which is really annoying to me. But that's what we're doing. We're holding at this half deviation here, and then here's VWAP right there. So we're holding right there. It's super choppy. So maybe a retest of VWAP and then a push back down. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But so there's holding that VWAP. And whether it pushes through or not, I mean, it doesn't really matter. We'll take either trade. But this is very clean price action. Reject. So we're seeing that. We just gotta wait for some real direction. And we just haven't gotten it yet. We got one good candle here, and I'm glad we got out because we immediately erased everything we just had. So I still think price is probably going to come down. I am kind of seeing this, but I'm just not willing to put money on that trade just yet. I need to see a little bit more confirmation first. So now, as we talk about this, part of the strategy we want to make sure that we're utilizing is that we don't trade inside the channel, one. And one of the reason that we were able to take this trade was it was basically the type of setup that we want to see, where price did exit the channel, it pushed back in, and then we basically took this trade over here, got in, and then it pushed back down for us, which is really good. It took us a little bit of time because this thing ran up on us pretty good, but then once we held a little bit longer, I was able to get profitable. So a trade back into the channel is an eligible trade. What we don't want to do is wait too many candles after it re-enters, because then now we're just chopping. And so there's no real edge here. We just have to wait, which is what the model's for, or the channel's for rather, is just to sit back and let price come to you as opposed to doing the opposite. Because here's price not holding VWAP at all and deciding to go up some more. So patiently waiting for something to happen and a real move. But here's the thing, if we can trade inside the channel really well, then when price gets outside the channel, then everything just gets a lot easier. So if you can analyze and see markets and see these trends happening when it's the hardest, then it makes everything a lot easier when it's easy. So let's see what we got here. Okay. So price is pushing up. Now I've been fooled with this move exactly twice, so I'm not necessarily going to be super aggressive with this. We saw this rejection. I traded this one and I missed it, and we almost blew up an account. So I'm not, the happiest to see this move here. What I'd like to see is some more additional confirmation first before we take a long, which we don't really get here. But I like to see that before I'm able to get into this trade. Okay. Okay, got 11 of you guys watching. Let me know where you're watching from. 13 of you guys watching. Let me know where you're watching from, how things are going. How's your morning so far? This one's been quite choppy. And here's that same action we saw before. Same action. What's going on?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, showing. On the 15, we could be looking at like a decent little long trade right here. Price pushed it down, and then boom, it goes back up. On the 1 minute though, we've seen this rejection right here like twice now. Like this little range right here, price pushes up, same type of candle, runs up a little bit further, pushes back down. So no fun there. We're kind of just sitting and waiting to see what price wants to do. But here's our 15 on the right side. Make sure you guys can see everything clear, okay? 15 on the right side looks pretty good as far as what we're looking to see or hoping to see, which is ideally a long here. So let's see if, now price is gonna roll back down to VWAP. Okay, so VWAP sitting at 520, so 3 points away, basically right in here. It's gonna roll back. Does it hold and then reject up, or does it push through? If it pushes through, that's how you know we're in real chop, is when VWAP is getting violated back and forth. Price is just slicing through it either way. That's how you know you have real chop and no real decision. If it holds and it consistently holds, then we've actually got something. So here's a kind of a violation of VWAP. We have price pushing past it, and let's see if it pops back up or if it keeps going. It's hard to tell which one we're gonna get. And that's why we have to wait and be patient. We have to wait and be patient. Let's make sure that we put this in the chat. Okay. All right, so here's, now historically on a 1 minute chart, I would like to short, so like short here and then go, but I'm not taking this trade just yet, but that's an ideal setup for me. Not that price went back and retouched VWAP, because I think it kind of did, touched VWAP and ran. That's a really good trade there, but we're inside the channel, and because this one none of this ever really got outside the channel, I don't want to be undisciplined and take this trade when I know that there could be some better ones coming my way. So we had price reject down here. We're at that 10 level, 11 level. So we'll be patient and wait again. There just isn't a whole lot to do right now, but doesn't mean we can't. Okay, If you guys want a free trial, the link is in the comments here. Just click it, add your TradingView username, and then I'll get you added here. So same price action here. Now we're definitely getting some slippage, which is good. Same price action. So price pops up and then rolls back down. Here's the same thing. Price popped up, rolled back down. So these are quick trades. It looks like the ATR is, it's still low. We're at 7, almost 8. You take something?
Yeah.
That short?
Yeah, I called it.
Good trade. Good, really good trade.
1600.
Damn. What account are you trading?
The 100K you got.
Sheesh. Okay, so Brennan just hit a $1,600 trade on that call out too, so that was really good. I didn't take that trade. Again, probably should have, but really good trade there. Seeing price very clear. Really good trade. Nice work. All right, so let's see what price wants to do with this 503 level, which is down here. Let's see if price wants to hold. All right, so there's price pushing back up. I'm gonna take a sell right there. Okay, so I got into that trade. I actually got a decent fill from TradingView, all things considering, so can't be upset about that. Let's see if we get price to fall a little bit first, and let's see if we can get ourselves a decent little push here. There's 180, okay, 160, 200, 260, 3. Just being patient. 280, 320. There we go. 380, 560. There we go. 520, 440. All right, let's take 560 on that one. Really good trade there. We're back up 325 in this account, so really good. Doing good work here. So we traded it down 500. Now we're back up 300, so $800 swing in just 2 trades. Really good trade there. Really good trade there. Let's see what we got here. Same type of action here. Let's see if we can get price to pop up a little bit higher first. So this trade's gonna be quick, and let's see if I can explain it while we're happening. So I want to see this thing go a little bit higher because I'm seeing price. Like we have this support level down here at this 97, so price could fall about 4 points from here. Now, what I'm kind of thinking is price might pop up a little higher like this, and then we could maybe take a short. The only reason is I want to get price as far away from this this 97 level as I can before it pulls back down. So I wanted to be cautious there, and the reason for it is if price rejects, let me mark it out for you guys. If price rejects at that level, which is right here, then there just isn't a whole lot of meat on the bone. So let's see, and it doesn't. Holy cow. All right, so now we got ourselves a brand new set of movement here, and if that thing goes green, that's gonna be crazy. All right, so All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for price to get this next candle, and then we're gonna take a short here. We wanna see price really pop though, if we can. So no, not yet. Nope, I didn't get it. Damn it. Wasn't able to get that trade here. So let's see if this thing is going to continue to go. And there goes price. It pushed past our level, which is awesome. And it now continues to run. So really good there. The 15-minute chart. Here's what that looks like. It's just basically one big ass candle. There isn't a whole lot of anything going on with it. So other than that, all right. So now we have price rejecting 10 points away. So this is what I was afraid of. And the problem is that I could have made $400 on this trade and not really thought about it. But this is what I thought was going to happen, just a little bit like it happened later than I thought, which was price would push down and it would reject, and then it would push right back up. I just thought the push back up would be higher, and then the reject would be, kind of what it was. So it just happened in opposite order of what I was expecting. And so now we're still looking for shorts here because I still want to see if price wants to push past this 88 level. So let's zoom in here and get ourselves maybe a trade. So, okay, make sure I can see this properly. All right. What are you seeing? So you see that. So 4 hour rejecting. So Brennan called out the 4 hour as rejecting, which looks more like, let's see if I don't even have the 4 hour on here. I'll add it on here. Here's the 4 hour. So nice little rejection at the 4 hour, but we're still holding that 88 level pretty good. This is the same level it was holding. It tested that one here, here, and here. And so let's kind of wait and see what price wants to do at this level here. Is it rejected? It's rejecting strongly. And so we'll give it a second here. Let's move this back to the 15 and we'll see. So make that larger. Whoa. Okay. All right. Super good trade either way. Running really good. That's a really good trade. Good job. Really good trade. All right. So now we have price building up a little bit. And so now we kind of have to wait. Like, I don't know that I want to go long right here. Like, nothing here says go long, right? Nothing here suggests that. But I do know that price maybe wants to just settle for a second before extending to the next, little trade. So here's kind of that trend line of wicks. If we just were to do, again, I don't trade this way, but if you were just to do it like that, this is what you would see, is this forming, and then there goes price bouncing off it and running. So probably a good opportunity for us to sell something. I'm just gonna be patient. I don't need to blow out this one. Actually, maybe a short right here. So price back inside the channel. Be patient. I want to see if it's gonna make a move. It goes up. All right, so I don't like this one. Actually, I kind of want to go long off this here. So I have price bouncing off these levels right here. I might want to look for a long, and I'm gonna be quick on this one. If I get it, let's see. I'm gonna go long right there. And fill was atrocious per usual. All right, so up $100, up 80, 160, 200, 300. All right, we'll take 260 on that one. We're up to 553 inside the eval. Now, the reason I took that trade, a couple reasons, is one, this is the ideal trade setup that we want to see. This is the second of the two. The one is obviously breaking outside the channel. It's very easy to see. We caught that one for about $500. This one though, we had price make a bottom here, and we had 1, 2, 3 bottoms in a row. Then we had this one. And then my entry was like, all right, well, price is getting back inside the channel. We know price wants to be inside the channel. Price will fight to stay inside the channel. It's the average range of price. And so when I see that pullback a little bit, I'm like, okay, price is gonna fly back into the channel, and that's exactly what we got. So really good trade there. You guys got to see basically back-to-back, like the most ideal of setups in a row. The other thing is on the 15-minute, now we have price basically saying, okay, we're probably not gonna go lower than this right now. And so if that's the case, if buyers step in here and they step in here and here, we're gonna get price to push up a little bit further. Now, do I wanna take another long into this thing? Not really. Here's VWAP, and we could potentially see price get back to VWAP. Actually, I really like a long right here. I'm just not gonna take it. But I do like it, and the reason for it is I wanna see price probably get back to VWAP, which is up here, which is not far away. It's, 7 points. I like it. I just don't know if I want to trade it, and I probably should have. But really good trade there. I called it, and I didn't take it. I gotta do better about that. But it's still inside. It's like right up here inside the channel. I don't know if we'll get there or not. That'd be a very aggressive move. Be patient. Again, what we want to do is not take a good trade and then take a really bad trade right after. That kind of defeats the whole purpose of this. So, all right. So we got price kind of sitting. And we have the 15-minute digesting the move that just happened. But we do have, we'll see where it holds, but we do have it holding, and there goes price up a little bit, but we have it holding right in here, which is good. So now we just want to see what price wants to do in the 1 minute here. Again, VWAP is right here. So it's up at the top. So the price could easily push to it and get right to it, which was kind of happening right now. It just happened one candle later than I thought it was going to happen, or try to at least. And let's see if price wants to hold that VWAP and then push it away, or what's going to happen with it. So let's see. Okay. Just be patient here. Got 12 of you guys watching. Really appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure you like the live stream and then you subscribe as well. Really happy to have you guys here. One thing about choppiness is it's very predictable. When price is chopping and it's ranging, it is very easy to see. Now it can be quick, which makes it hard sometimes to actually trade, but it's actually not that hard to see what price is trying to do. Sometimes there just isn't a lot of money to be made when it's happening. But we see price here chopping, and we do, it wouldn't be out of the question to see price come up here and touch VWAP. That's not out of the question. It's also not out of the question for us to say that price is rejecting. So let's keep it up off the chart here and this here. Price is rejecting these highs right here, like this little movement, and we're gonna push back down. That's also very easy to see if it were to occur. So maybe it's selling right here and pushing down could be something. So we'll see. All of this stuff is speculation, and this is why you want to have a setup or two that you go to. because if it doesn't fit your setup, then you just don't trade. But as you get better, you can start adding additional setups to what you're seeing to really improve and take additional trades that might be beneficial and profitable for you. So let's see what this one gives us. So there's half a point of movement there. We'll sit back here and just wait. And if price wants to come back down, then we'll take that. Okay. Now on the 1 minute chart, like this is, we played the wick game last time, we can play it again this time. Like we have this little slopage right here, so saying that price might pop up to here and push back down isn't, unreasonable. That's more of a visual aspect than it is an actual trading strategy. But if price can push and get outside of our channel here, we could get back down to some of these lows and start making new lows for the day, like we've been trying to do. All right, so here's the push up, and I'm not saying that I want to sell this right now, but it looks like we could be seeing some shortage happening here. You about to take that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Looks like it.
Brendan took that short, so we'll see how it works out for him. It should work out pretty good if I had to guess.
So it just took 150.
150. That's solid trade. You got out before it got choppy again. Hey, $150 ain't bad.
Yeah.
Not at all. That's hella funny.
25 or 2400.
Good. On the 100K?
Yeah.
So you need 6.
Yeah. That's
Damn near halfway there. Good.
you be calling these out. Blow up my shit.
Oh my. It might have worked out had you held that bitch a little bit longer. All right, so that's this. This I'm hopefully trying to see. Let's see what we got. Okay, price looks like it wants to hold this level here potentially. Let's see. We're inside the channel, and I want to take the trade here. ATR hit 7, so that's not a whole lot of fun. These candles are so small that when there is decisive action, it could just completely change, an entire trade. And a lot of times, ideally at least it's in your favor, but sometimes it can be out of your favor, and you want to really avoid that. So new 15-minute candle here. All right, so we got price bouncing. Now on the 1 minute, I'm okay taking this thing short. I really don't care to see that the 15-minute might be bouncing. I'm okay taking this thing short. It just has to get outside of our channel, and it has to make some sort of movement for me to be comfortable with it. Because if not, then all of a sudden we're just getting these new lows down here, and then we're pushing back up inside the channel. So we'll see. Okay. And this is why I don't trade like reversal / support and resistance. Is some of these bounces are hard to figure out like where it's going to be. For example, on the 15-minute, like price basically bounced right back at that 97 level right here, and it ran away. So like this could have been an easy long for us to catch. But 15 minutes ago, it blew past it so fast, and we were able to make like real solid money. Like, even though we probably up 250 or so, we had a more explosive move as price blew through it. And so I like to be patient with these, even though it was kind of obvious to see price was going to bounce here and run away. We still have to just trade the setups that we're used to. So that's one that I'm gonna keep an eye on. Again, if you're the trend line type of trader, like that's the wrong way of drawing it. This is kind of what I'm seeing here. So if price is starting to build this little upward movement, we'll see. Again, that's not how I trade, but it is, a thought. All right, so there's price pushing down. I wonder if I can go long right here. All right, so I'm taking a little flyer on this one. I'm going long inside the channel, and the reason for it is that price basically break out and bust back in. The next candle does the same thing, and I'm thinking that this candle here could end up pushing us back up. So let's be patient here, down 300, down 240. Let's see if price makes a new push high, and we get closer to VWAP, or if it's just going to erase, and this was a bad trade. Let's see. But I'm basically using the back inside the channel as my reason to get in this trade. Let's see if all this candle action can flip and go long for us. If not, then we'll have to close out with a mediocre loss. There's 100, 160, 200, okay? So we're basically trading off this rebound here. Price back inside the channel. Let's see. Plus 60, plus 140, even. All right, so we might have to exit this one with a little bit of profit. Let's see what this next candle wants to do for us. minus 120, minus 220. We're being patient. Let's see if it pops again or if it's gonna go run away from us. All right, we're out. Dang it. So gave that one back. Back to even on the account, so no fun there. Gave that one back though. Shit. You stay in the one?
No, I got
Yeah. So had a chance at what 140 or 160 or so. That wasn't what I was looking for on this trade. The idea was right. The entry was a little bit early, so a couple modifications there. We could have had ourselves a little $200 trade. So we're seeing it right. We just exited again, you know, late and improperly. But idea was there. So we're seeing it pretty clear here. Ideally, we don't want to give those trades back. But if today is not going to be the day where we're able to get, you know, good price movement, then we just have to say, okay, like it is what it is. So these candles on the 15 are picking up a bit, which is good. So we're seeing more price action movement, which is nice. So let's see what we get here. See if we can get ourselves a decent little move here. So again, good spot there. Just bad like execution as far as getting out of the trade. But good spot. What'd you jump into? A sell. It might not be a bad trade. It might just be a little early.
it seems like on the day it's ready.
At least on the daily.
Yeah, it looks like, you know what I mean? Like every.
Hell no.
You don't think so?
I don't even know. I don't know how to read that. I'd want to push back and then I'd go long right there. That's how I would read that on the 4 hour. This is what I'm seeing. So price made these lows. It's made the same low at that 90.88 level all the times in a row. I'm not saying you can't trade back down into it and price should just come lower. I'm not saying that. But what I'm seeing here is that basically price has decided it's not going to go lower than this, and it's done this twice now, almost a third time.
To me, saying on the daily is, I mean, every time you're going up, you're going down, and it's really clear. And we're real choppy.
Good
going
trade.
down.
Yeah. I'm with it. I'm not arguing against it per se. I don't know if I would read that same way is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel fucking naive or a lot.
Okay, so a little poppage there. Okay, so price is pushing back down. So I see that there on the 15. I'm seeing this here. So price trying to basically come back down here. We're just waiting and waiting. The price is just bouncing. We're just kind of chopping in between, not making a move yet. So we'll see. Looks like Top Step updated their payouts, but it doesn't really affect nothing serious, I guess. Just you can't pull out more than 5K per account. Which, that's interesting, but okay. All right, so pull back here. So price is trying, it just isn't doing a whole lot. Okay. All right. Patiently waiting. So there's not a whole lot going on. see, maybe we can get something here. ATR's in the gutter, but on the 15 it's still moderately high. It's picking up. I guess that's just because it's the average is 7 candles, but all right, well, we'll be patient here. We'll wait. Patient and we'll wait. Got 12 of you guys watching. Really appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, like the live and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Happy to have you guys here. But we're just waiting. We're taking a couple chances on some things. We had, I would say, probably one bad. The most recent one was a bad trade. We probably could have done better with that one. We could have entered better. We could have exited better. And so there's some execution issues on that, on my end. But D is okay read, just didn't work out the way we wanted it to. Not a huge deal. But now we have price just sitting around doing a whole lot of nothing. Alexandra, what's going on, my friend? Happy to have you inside the live. We're just waiting. Maybe some longs right here, but we've really flattened out what price is wanting to do. So here's our 4-hour chart. Price is made this low, and it's pushed back up. It's also made this high and pushed back down a couple times. So trying to think big picture here, but if we don't have a ton of
Here's my stop loss, not fucking this.
what's going on, Ron, my friend? Happy to see you, boss. Whole lot of boring this morning. Very good, Ron. Yeah, so eventually price will break outside of this channel here. It will. This movement of price or movement of candle. Let's see if I can, we'll get out of this eventually. And so from here we'd want to take a short, and it'd be tricky because we've seen this low right here a couple times, but we'd want to see price get down to here, which from bottom here to down here is what is that, 11 points. And then ideally would be a much better trade when price to break up here. It's more upside potential. But we violated VWAP once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And so if this candle didn't, it'd be the first one in an hour, essentially, to not violate VWAP. So that could mean that we are actually looking for some lows and some downward movement here. And so we'll wait to see what that means. And if you're going to trade any sort of choppiness, you're going to trade any sort of just wick price action, you kind of have to get in and you have to get in the highest price possible, which means you're probably going to get in on the candle that you least expect it to be. So you just have to set that limit order and say, okay, I'm going to take a short trade at this high. So for example, if I was going to trade something like that, I'd probably put a sell at 514 or even 512 or so, and then want to catch and get this move down. Now, you'd run the risk of getting blown out of your trade on the upside for sure. You could definitely get blown out, but that would be the option or the chance. The reason that you have to use such a conservative number is you have to price out these wicks. These wicks will get you every time. And so what you don't want to do is get into a trade that is a good trade, that the wick gets you, hit your stop loss, and now you're out. And whatever stop loss that is for you. You guys can see that I don't set stop losses for my trades because I just don't do that. But I'm also not walking away from a trade ever or hoping that it turns around. I'm going to cut losses and not get tied to it, if that makes sense. So setting a stop is fine. Everybody can set a stop. Do that for sure. But if you're going to watch it, you'd be okay. You just can't get emotionally tied to it. You have to have the discipline of being like, okay, I'm out. And it stinks. All right, so price pushing here. Again, this would be the first candle in an hour to not violate VWAP. What does that mean? That price might be looking to get back up to VWAP, which would be highly annoying for what we've been seeing, but it might just be a one candle, 1 minute here. Let's see what we got. Now, on this candle, we have 30 seconds, so it'll be a minute. But I'm going to take that trade. If we get a pullback, I will take that trade back to VWAP. So let's see what we got here. Let's see if we get it. If we do, great. If we don't, we don't. But I'll take it to VWAP. Even though it's only going to be about a 3 to 4 point trade, I'll take it. I don't have anything to identify bank levels. I don't know what a bank level is though, so you have to break that down for me. All right, so here's price. So to me, this is a no-go, even though like I am kind of seeing this. I'm seeing price. That could be a good like enter down here, get price all the way back up into here. Like that isn't a bad move necessarily. Like I kind of see this. I just, from what I've seen so far, what I don't want to see is price fly down and break through my entry, and then hit a psychological stop, which would be $400 to $500 on that trade. So I'm gonna wait and not take that trade, even though it could work out. I can't even get my indicators, huh? What's going on with that? Look at value, price, buy here, and take profits. They line up bank level, so I thought maybe use them. No, so nothing like that, Ron. Yeah, I'm not really sure even how to interpret some of the bank levels. What I like, sometimes the support and resistance to me is great, but I think a lot of times it can be paid too close attention. And by that, what I mean is when price breaks through it and makes a new trend, if we have a bias the opposite direction, we could easily either not take really good trades or take really bad trades because we're hoping and trying to see something happen here. So I'd rather see price extend and then take a trade rather than try to catch a bank level. But I don't actually even know what bank levels are. I'm not sure. Like maybe I heard that when I was trading FX, like trading Forex years ago, but that was because actual banks would buy currency. Most people don't buy futures as a store of value for a currency. Although it is a way to hedge, it isn't necessarily like no bank is going to step in on the U.S. currency and buy, U.S. futures. It's not really how it works. But I don't even know what we define as a bank level, so I'm not sure. So I want to say no, but I don't know. So I guess if that answers your question at all, no, yeah, no. But these predictions are simply off price action. That's it. All right. So this candle doesn't. So a previous candle doesn't. It closes out and it does not violate VWAP. So the short was right there, and then this would have been the trades to take. So instead of looking for a long, we would have been looking for a short, which is why I'm glad I didn't take a long right there. Now, looking at a short here doesn't look too ugly to me. Now, I see price pop in here, so there's some buying happening in here. I see that. But this is what real choppiness looks like. So I got price just gunning back and forth. I like that a lot. I just don't know what it means for my trades here. And the moral of the story for today and for yesterday is if there isn't a lot of price movement, it's going to be difficult to have consistent trades. Yes, you'll make some good money, but yesterday morning was the same thing where we didn't have a lot of movement, and so it got pretty choppy pretty quick. Now, yesterday afternoon, we had a ton of movement, which did give us some really easy moves to trade, and we were able to capture some good moves there, but that wasn't on live. We weren't trading on live here in the afternoon after Powell started speaking, although that would have been a really cool time to trade because there was a lot of good opportunities. All right, so here's VWAP. I'm keeping an eye on it, okay? Here's price rejecting. And I'm gonna go long here. This is a super risky trade here. And the reason it's risky is I know price will react to VWAP and strongly too. I just don't know if price is gonna fly past it really fast or if it's gonna reject quickly and I'm gonna be down, $500 pretty fast. Let's see. So let's see if we get a touch of VWAP. We did in the last counter round. Let's see if we can push through it though. All right, -20 or +20, -60, +60. I don't know. I'm not really looking to hold this trade long though, so let's see. 60, 80. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get out of that one, +80. The reason I got out of this trade is I just don't want to be a part of whatever is gonna happen here. Again, if price blows through it, which it looks like it's probably going to, great, like that's awesome. But I don't want to get chopped out. What I'll do is just take the next candle here and see what happens. So got out, good trade. I just got out too soon. But this is what I'm afraid of. I'm not sure if price really wants to hold above VWAP. or not. And so I'm just gonna protect this account rather than go for the big one. And essentially, if price breaks VWAP and it holds up here, then we'll have a lot of long trading to occur. But I want to be patient here. You still on this one? You got it. Yeah. So this that's kind of what I'm saying. Like on the daily or 4 hour, it does look like it's going short, but like this is a lot of movement that could essentially occur. So if you look at like the 4 hour here, same thing. And then if we look at, so here's what price is rejecting. This would be the rejection level for price. If we see that here, but it's like the daily, the same thing. Like so we get back to like buy down here, and then we'd be holding. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna get rid of these. Get rid of these. All right. So there goes price violating VWAP, which like we come to expect. All right. Now let's see if we can get ourselves a pullback here and go for longs. Okay. I didn't get the pullback I was looking for just yet. So I'm probably gonna sit this one out. Unfortunately, dang it. Let's see if price gets if price can give me an entry here. There is something. All right, entered poorly probably. Let's see if price is done going down, and if it is, great. We'll get ourselves a no drawdown trade, and we're up 60, 20. Okay, 40, 20, 120. There we go. 160. $200. There we go. I'm holding. I'm probably gonna get out here in just a second. 200, 20. All right, 240 on that one. I exited. Price touches are the first deviation from VWAP and rejects. Now that's not necessarily something that you have to like worry about too much. Price got into our take profit zone, so good enough there. But we kind of stuttered, and I didn't want to give away any of that. So let's look at our P&L for the day. We're up 216. All right, good. So good trade there. Yeah, Ron, back to answering your question about the bank levels, I'm not familiar with bank levels. I don't know what that means. I don't even know like how you would track that data. Unfortunately, let's see if price breaks through here and holds. TradingView has a lot of data you can get, but they don't give you a ton. So I'm not even sure if like the bank levels, like how you would even like discern, unless you had additional data and then you manually entered it or you tied in a third party, which again, I don't know. I'm not even sure if banks have to disclose that they make a trade in real time anyway. So if it's historical, great, but we're kind of sitting at almost all-time highs, and so I don't even know how useful it'd be. Point is like I'm not sure if it's just like a name for bank, like they just call it bank levels to call it bank levels. I don't know. Okay, so there's price, and the reason that I am, or the reason that I looked at this and I got out and I didn't take this trade was I didn't get a good enough entry. The second thing is, I've seen this move before, but the other piece, if you guys weren't seeing it as clearly as I was seeing that one there, is I have all of this like resistance right here. Now again, resistance means absolutely nothing when price breaks through it, but while I'm looking at this thing, I'm seeing that, okay, price has touched up here before, and then it's pulled back, right? So it touched up here, did it again, it pulled back. Now, the difference between these two white lines is about 3 points, so nothing major. But you definitely don't want to be in a trade where you're risking a bunch of money and then price just rejects on you pretty fast, right? So what would be out of that? And Keith, what's going on, my friend? On Keith mentioned deviation VWAP. Yeah, if you just go and add, just go to TradingView and add VWAP, you can add that to your chart. All right, so let's see if we get a deep enough pullback, maybe we'll take a long here. So we are starting to build up a little bit. Let's see. Just go to indicators, type in VWAP, and then add the deviation lines. The only difference between the one that I've made and the one that is available is I added a 50% deviation, which is useful, I guess, but I don't trade it that way. I just want to see it. Like if price rejects randomly, I just kind of want to see what's going on. Would you take long?
Yeah, but I'm in the 100K static. It's two
Contract?
two contracts. Yeah.
Okay, so your drawdown, or your
Yeah.
which is not bad. It's just, which that's the same as you might as well just do the top step. Same thing.
Oh, shit.
Same thing.
Well, this one was $68. Wasn't as much.
For
$68 for the static.
is there a scaling plan with it? Because if you can only use two contracts, then that's the same thing as a 50K top step. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if price wants to run here a little bit further. Sometimes we don't get the chance to get into some of these trades, which is fine. And this is going to be one of them. So let's see, pull back. All right, so here's that one too. So did we have an opportunity here, I guess, to take that long, and we didn't? It's okay. We had a chance though. This one, a little bit different, and then we'll wait for our 15 minute to kind of settle out here and see what we want to do. But I'm okay taking a long here. What happened?
I was looking at top step. What you're saying.
What I'm saying is it's I think it's 10 contracts, or I don't remember how many it is for the 100K. But when you get inside the PA account, it's 2 contracts. And so what I'm saying is, instead of going through the eval, you might as well just do the same thing you were doing. Wait a day, because it's going to take you 2 days to pass at least. And then, if you're going to trade with 2 contracts, just fucking trade that. Now, Top Step they don't do the trailing, they just do the day. So it's $1,000, but they don't do the same thing as Apex does. Apex is kind of annoying with that, because you could technically be, like it happened the first time, you were profitable, and you ended up blowing the account. Too far upper range or channel, safe, take another long. So, Anki, great question. Is price too far from the channel? Like, maybe. What I would say is a different rationale, but to the same end to your question, would be that we do have price, it's rejected at this level quite a few times on the 15. And so I am waiting to see what price wants to do here. Now, if we go back, not from today, but there are other days to look at here. You have to get the VWAP here for just a second. Price does extend, but price can extend like a long way. So here's yesterday afternoon. We have a lot of extension down and up. So trying to say that there is a certain amount of extension that we should probably be looking at taking a reversal on. It doesn't take much or more than a simple wick to get you out of that. But yes, the model is calling for a short now, as you can see. The model likes a short, and this is one of the updates. In the previous model, we'd still be looking for a long. The new model is calling for a short. Now, I'd need to see price push up again into this level again, and then we could go short. So let's see if we get that. And what we're basing this trade off of, if we were to, would be that price is going to reject up here again, which it kind of is. So maybe we could take a short back into the channel here. We're going to be patient though and let this one play out. Non-trailing on top step, low-key dope. Yeah, Javier, it is. Apex, they do a really good job of not telling you how small your drawdown is when you're inside of a PA account. Let's see if we can get a pullback here. They do a phenomenal job of not telling you that. I'm going to go short right here. I'm nervous that I got in a little bit. Okay, there's 40, 140. So I'm not nervous anymore. 180, 300. All right, we'll take 280 on that one, I think it was. All right, so we're back up to 500 bucks in this account, and I definitely had more profit to get than I got. So Anki, good call out there. And this is the update to the model: is instead of waiting for this candle maybe to curl back some more, and then this would be the first short. We actually had a short right here, so we got to prepare for that and catch it a little bit sooner. So now, if you want to take like the clouds off and like just wait and just kind of see it normally, you can do that. And if you want to see the signals, you can see what they were. So actually we got a short right here. So this one was a short and this one was, so really good there. Let's see if we can get ourselves another, so now we're back inside the channel. So what I want to see is price kind of do a little bounce in action, and then we'll go another short. So let's see. Pop, it needs to pop first. If it doesn't pop, then I'm not taking it. All right. Nope. Based on what I'm seeing, I would like to see a little more than that. Now, I could be wrong and I just didn't get the trade at all, but I want to see more than that. Okay, so price rejecting up here. So I just don't know that this candle is going to suspend in action and just not move based off this candle. So let's see if we can get, all right, so it looks like the only chance we had at this point was a half a point pullback. Not necessarily the best edge, but probably going to end up being a pretty solid trade here. Just not better than the one we took. So, all right. So now here's what I'm seeing here is price making, a low recently, a new recent low. doesn't want to break off of this. Choppiness says, let's time to work. We're back inside the channel, so I want to see a push up, maybe to the channel or out, and then I'm going to go short because I do like price coming down here. But if I don't, yeah, there it is, and I just didn't get a chance to get into it. If I don't get it, then we don't get it. So there we go. So, all right, now I'm a little conflicted because we have price push down here. All right, if we get price to extend a little higher, then I'll take a short. But this is where it gets tough, and this is why trading inside the channel can be a bit challenging. Is we're still in the upper like half of the channel, so that's good. And I ideally would have liked to take a short right there. It did exactly as I said. I just didn't catch the trade because it went a little too fast for me. But now that we're inside the channel firmly, we're gonna wait for the next move to occur. And if it is a short all the way through, then it is a short all the way through, and we just might not be able to catch it. But let's see, because price is actually holding these levels pretty well. This little 1 point of action right here, it's holding pretty well. So model now says long. So again, these are the updates to the model where we're looking at price action, we're seeing the wicks, we're analyzing the wicks, and then we're calling the next candle with some real accuracy here. And there was no chance for us to enter this trade if you're following the rules of waiting for a pullback, but this candle does rip and run pretty quick. So we get a nice 5.5 point movement on that one candle, which is plenty for us. So this right here, we're trading 4 contracts, 4 times 5 times 20 is $400. So solid trade there. If we can get $400 on a trade, then we're gonna be just fine. Okay. All right, now this is where it gets tricky. Is the model's going to pick one, so we're done with the flip flopping. Some of you guys had had questions about that, or it just was kind of annoying. I agree. So we updated that, but now we got to see what price wants to do here, because I don't want to take a long nor a short into this new 15-minute candle, and if I'm betting, like my own money, I'm probably going to see, if I had to guess, price pull back into the VWAP. If I had to guess, and the only reason for that is, yes, I have 3 so far green candles in a row on the 15, but this candle would be the second of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles to not violate VWAP and push back down, meaning that there is just heavy resistance up here and heavy support down here. There's buyers down here and there are sellers up here. There are a ton of limit orders sitting, waiting to get filled by price just pushing up. I'm sure a couple are gonna get hit right here. There'll be some more up here, and there'll be a few more somewhere up in here as well, this little region right here. And so those will get triggered because people are waiting for price because they know price is gonna pop up again, and they're gonna try to punch price back down. So we'll be patient and we'll wait, and we'll see. Because there could be a ton of buyers that are willing to step in as well, which it looks like we kind of have. So, okay. Good. Happy to have you guys on the live today. Very excited to have you guys here. If you have any questions or just comments, let me know. Put them in the chat. Make sure you guys like the live and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Very helpful to myself and to everybody else watching.
Is this one right?
That's the right one, yeah.
Okay.
That's right. How many? They give you 5 contracts? Yeah. And then the 100K is 6 or 10 contracts, and then
it's 2 if you pass for the first order.
Yes, for the scaling plan is 2 contracts for the first like $1,000, I think.
Okay.
And then it goes to like 3 or 4. They got a weird. I have the scaling. It's somewhere. I have the scaling plan somewhere. All right. So here's price rejecting these highs, pushing back down. Again, this might be one of the first trades in a while that I take where I see price pushing back and I'm going to take a short in the channel. Now, not yet. I want to see this candle finish out. But here's what I'm seeing. Price has held, but it's also held up here too. Rejected down here, buying down here. So we're going to wait and see what happens and see if we can get ourselves a decent little short somewhere in here down to VWAP, which would be a really solid move. 15-point move. So we'll be patient, wait and see. And you guys don't hear me reference VWAP a whole lot, and that's because usually price is so far extended from VWAP that we don't have to worry about it. But when you're chopping like this, VWAP acts as a magnet, and magnets will like attract, but they also repel. So price will get close and then launch away, up or down. And sometimes price will start to get in that direction and then yank all the way to it. And then sometimes through it, as you've seen, yank through. So if we were to get price across the VWAP, we'd see price probably accelerate quickly. But we also we saw it reject and kind of reject down here. All right, so didn't get the short idea I was thinking about, which is why I didn't take any trades. But now we're starting to build up here, which means we've got that 40 level, which is up here as an idea of where price could essentially settle out. And then we do have a 43 and a 51, it looks like as well. So we got price that could climb all the way up here, somewhere in this region. I don't know if we're gonna get that in one candle or in 5 candles, who knows? But it looks like we've got something here. Let's see if we can definitely get price to get back up to the 39 level. And it's sitting at 35, so that's 4 points of movement, but we wanna wait for a pullback and see if we can grab a few more. QQ, Evan, red candle, green candle, green spread. What wicks depicting short-term trend? Anki, I'll answer that question in just a second. Let me see if I can get this first. All right, so see if we get a pullback. I need a deep and decent pullback, not just a little squeak. If we don't get it, we don't get it. Key question, Evan, are those red, green squares? All right, I'm gonna go long right there. Whew. A magnificently poor fill, per usual. Just minus 60 out the gate. Now, this trade could be a bad one. All right, minus 300. We're going to get out of that one. So not a good trade there. Still up 230 on the day. So still profitable, but not a good trade there. We saw price reject, and what I didn't see was price rejecting this early happened. All right, so price back inside the channel. Does this mean that price is ready to go back down? Let's see. And because price is back inside the channel, I'm looking for a short here. What I want to see is price push back up first, and then we'll maybe get a decent trade here. So let's see. Reverse up, and then we take a short. All right, so open, suspended in action, waiting. I want to see a moderate push up first. If we don't get it, we don't get it. Like, it just happens. But I like to see that. Okay, so I didn't get it, I don't think. But it looks like price is probably looking to push back down here pretty good and get down into this region in here. All right, so I wasn't able to get it, unfortunately, but it happened. All right, what were you saying? I meant to answer this question. Below the wicks depicting short-term trend, yes. So Ike, if you update your model, all it's really depicting, and same thing I said in the intro, is just the next candle. So it's predicting each individual candle rather than an overall trend. That's what we have the channel for. That's what we have the clouds for. The AMA clouds is to show you more of a long-term type of trend. But the squares are simply depicting the very next candle is what that is. All right. So let's see if we get ourselves a little short here. Okay. We're gonna go sell right there. And this is an aggressive trade because I saw price bounce down here. Price could run up here. I just think that price is going to continue to fall towards VWAP, and I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, then it is what it is. So let's see. AMA clouds. Let's get that off the chart. We'll keep the squares on there for now. We're even. We're down. Down 60. Down 120. Let's see. Patient. Looks like my entry should have been up here if we got it. Or not at all, if this is that bad of a trade. Let's see, down 200. Let's see. $220, 200. All right, let's see what price wants to do here. Are we gonna get the movement we're looking for or no? Even? $240, $280, $340. All right, we'll take $220 on that one. Let's get back to, we're up 400 bucks in this account. So still profitable on the day, but this is just, and you guys probably have seen me miss out on more money that I've made probably. But for one of the first times, we actually exited at damn near the valley of that candle. For the first 30 seconds, I should say, because it could continue to run. So anytime I take a loss or I take a bad trade, the next trade I'm not necessarily going to be a little bit skittish on getting in on, but I am going to take some profit where I see it. Now, trying to analyze some wicks here on the 1 minute, it can slide around quite a bit, but here's what I'm seeing is, here's another wick that price touched, and then it bounced. So let's see here. Yeah, Todd, some of these are tricky. Ooh, we ran through it. All right, so let's see what we got here. Price going back down to VWAP for sure. Sell. I'm gonna sell quickly here, and I think I was a bit early. Let's see. Now remember, VWAP is pretty close here. So let's see if price wants to get to VWAP and then get through it. That'd be nice, and maybe it just rejects way too soon. I was aggressive on this one because I thought price would immediately run straight to VWAP, which so did a lot of traders apparently because we have buyers stepping in here. So let's see if price wants to hold for me and then push back down. Let's see. Okay. 20. Let's see. We got 60, 20. All right. So we're just kind of sitting here, which is good for me. Okay. Minus 20, minus 60, minus 20. I just want to see an explosion. I just want to see price just fly straight to it. It was 100, 80, 100. Oof. Getting close. 140. All right, we'll take 120 on that one. Probably a little hasty, but we're back up 500 bucks on this account, and there goes price to my VWAP. So good trade there. It almost hit. Now, the thing about VWAP, let's say you're newer or maybe you just don't have as much experience with VWAP, the reason that it's referenced so often is VWAP is a couple things. One, it's the same for every trader on any time frame. VWAP does not change for anyone on any time frame for the same asset. So if I'm on a 1 minute, a 30 second, a 10 second, or a 4 hour, VWAP is all the same. So every trader who trades knows and can see what VWAP is. Okay, you're not the only one that can see that. Difference than like a moving average or something else is a moving average will measure the amount of candles for a particular time frame. That's different. VWAP is the average purchase price. Why it's valuable is we can all see it and price responds heavily to it. So I'm gonna go sell right there. Oh man, I got a terrible fill, and this is maybe one of the worst fills I've had in a while. I wanted to get a sell up here while price was at VWAP and then go short, but I didn't get it. And let's see, I'm gonna have to really take some profit here quick because I don't like my fill at all here. All right, so minus 60, minus 40. Price could easily erase my trade here and go the opposite. So gotta be quick here. That stunk. 120, 80. I'm seeing, I want to see price come down. Like that's what I'm thinking. My fill was just, whatever it was just bad. Let's see if we can get price to accelerate down for us. Okay, minus 60, 120. All right, we're gonna get out of that one. So terrible fill, had a chance and just didn't get it. Had a chance, but my fill was just so low that I never really had a real chance at getting some decent profit there. So really choppy on that. Not the greatest on that one. So what are we up for the day? 300, 230, it's fine. So there's price doing what I thought I was gonna do, just a little bit later. So we're sitting at VWAP, and it's usually like trading at VWAP is kind of dangerous because there's just so much going on right here. Price can really get it moving on you. So ideally we want to wait and see. Now here's what is happening. If we take it off, it's just price is looking to make a new low potentially on these candles. Ideally we get that. And so what that could mean is we're looking for some shorts. Now the reason I'm going to add VWAP back to the chart here really quick is we could see is price essentially open, race back up towards or above VWAP, and then we go short. So let's see if we can get that. Go sell right there. Pretty good fill. Okay, so price goes up, it tries to touch VWAP, and then now we run. So let's see if we get the actual running. All right, so there's 160, there's 200, 140, 160. All right. 140, 80, 120. Down. So my entry's pretty solid here, but let's see if the price gets back up to VWAP or not. All right, so we were up 200 or something, 220, down or down, 120. Let's see, 200, not really worried about that. touch a VWAP. Let's see if price wants to hold that and go on. 40, 180. Double touch a VWAP. Okay. Now I like to see price really get to going here. Let's see. There's 60, even 20. Damn, I'm gonna have to take the next $100 I see because this is not looking like I want it to be. Come on. It's giving it to me and it's taking it away. But I've seen this move so many times that I gotta be patient because price will give me what I'm looking for if I'm patient enough, but if I'm too patient, then I'll just get blown out of this trade. I mean, we're just hovering, so, wow. Okay, next candle, 120. Still hovering at VWAP. All right, now we're not gonna give this thing any more chances here. Let's see. All right, let's see if this is the final push up and then we're done, or if this is gonna be the new move that price is gonna hold above VWAP. All right, it holds above, fuck. Well, so we had a chance to get out at $200 or 240 or 260, I think it was. We had a chance down here or somewhere, one of these two. Had a chance, we had a chance to get profitable, had a chance to break even. We didn't take any of those and we should have. So price breaks below VWAP and then it holds and then it busts through. Now this, it could pull all the way back down like this candle did. Just didn't get the type of trade I was looking for. So tough one there because I saw price run through and I'm thinking we're gonna get back to going low. But instead the opposite actually happened. So not the best trade on that one, but we had a chance, we just didn't get it. So that stinks. Now here's price holding at VWAP, and really I wanna get away from looking at taking trades around VWAP altogether, honestly. But we just gotta wait and see what price wants to do here, and then maybe we'll get it. Maybe we'll get it. All right. Okay. Just some ultra choppiness going on right now. Nothing, I mean, there's just nothing for us. We might go a little longer on our live today only because I could see price giving us some actual movements. Like if the 15 could just break out of this, like then we'll have some movements, which that's a lot, it's a big range. But like if we get price to break out of that, then we definitely would have, you know, something to trade here. Now there's a ton of trading that can happen inside of this. Like this is a huge, you know, this is a lot of movement. This is from 89 to, I mean, that's, you know, 80 points. But the question just becomes, what type of moves are we really looking for, and if we're getting them or not. So these are the days where when price is moving, and it could just be for right now. We could see the afternoon price just opens up. But on days like this, like we just want to not blow up accounts. Like that's the goal here. Just don't blow up any accounts. Take your wins, you know, you're gonna have losses, take your losses. But there will come days or come times in the day where price does open up, and then that's when you can really start to accelerate and hit some solid trades. So for now, you have to wait, take what we can get, but not be too greedy, which that's the second trade I think, where I had some money on the table and I didn't take it, and I actually gotten out on a couple trades perfectly, but didn't on this one, should have, but didn't. Should just wait for the next one. So we're just gonna wait.
It's a $645 drawdown, static drawdown.
For
The 100K eval.
for Apex.
Yeah, for Apex. I'm gonna hold off on the top shot today.
Okay, that's the same as the 25K.
Yeah.
But I guess if you hit some small trades, it stays there.
So yeah.
All right, we got price flying up here. Let's see if we have ourselves a decent little move or not. We want to get price outside the channel if we can, and if we can get that, we should be good. All right, so no VWAP there. Okay. we can price to pull back a little bit, probably somewhere into here, and then go. All right, so aggressive entry there. Let's see if we can get price to race up and get outside the channel here. Let's see what we got. All right, let's take the signals off here. All right, so down 160 on this one, down 200. All right, let's see if price will hold or if we're gonna have to get out of this one because it is too far. So price does get all the way down to the buy zone, a deep value there, but I don't know that it's going to. All right, yeah, we gotta get out of that one. Oof, tough one there. Tough one there. Actually, I might have. I'm pretty close. My account might be over with. Damn. All right, so price rejects up here. All right, not that I could have seen it, but it did. So price rejects in here. It's not a whole lot going on. So bad trade because we're inside the channel. Could have waited for sure. We didn't. All right, so now we need to officially wait for price to get outside the channel before we take any more trades. So no fun there. Irv, how do you react when you're in a trade and the indicator flips in the opposite? Ron, if that's the case, I don't typically like respond super fast. I won't close out a trade or add more or anything like that. I'll just wait. If you get into a trade where price does, well, here's the thing. It also depends on when you enter the trade, Ron. It's a good question. Like if the indicator flips on you while you're in a trade, if you entered with like 10 seconds to go in the trade, it's possible that, you know, the next candle just opens a different direction and, you know, you might have yourself the same move. Could be good. You just got in, you know, late on the last candle. If you're in a trade early and it flips because you hold to the next candle or the candle after that, well, then you probably have yourself some choppiness going on if it's bouncing back and forth. And so even if you might be right on the overall move, it's probably best to just get out and be patient and just take a small loss and move on. So that's how I'd handle that. So if I got in on this candle right here, and let's say I went short right here, and then I was in the trade and then eventually it flipped to long. Okay, well, I'm trading inside the channel, so I would expect that to be the case where it gets kind of choppy. I'm trading all the way up here and I'm in a long trade and then it flips over like right here to sell, then that's like, okay, this move's probably over. I need to get out before something big happens like this, right? So it goes, you know, it goes both ways. But I would definitely, if I'm in a trade and it happens early, I'm gonna get out. But by the time it flips over, the move is basically done. There needs to be solid price action before this thing flips over and goes from sell to buy or buy to sell. Or do you ever play bounces off the midline? I don't. I know price does bounce sometimes off the midline, but because it gets violated so much, it isn't ultra useful. And so I don't want to look at something that is sometimes useful, sometimes not, and miss the trade that I should be taking. So here's another long setup here. This one will probably do exactly what I wanted to do last time, which would be super annoying, but whatever. All right. Let's see if I have any. Okay. Wow. All right. So if that candle does what I thought it was going to do the previous time, the 2-3 minutes ago, then I'll be kind of sick about that. Okay. Okay, 96, okay. All right, looking like we could have ourselves a decent little move here. Now again, when ATR is so low right now that there just isn't a whole lot of action here. This is annoying. So we don't have the ATR on the 15 is dropping as well down to 26, which is fine. So these moves that we're seeing are, you know, candles are decent size looking, but they're not decent size as far as actual price movement. And so we're not likely to see huge moves just yet. This thing will probably, the ATR will probably get back up to like 8 potentially during the day. If we have to get some decent moves, it probably won't get back up to 10, 12, 15 until like the end of the day. So I'm not really sure what I want to do here. It doesn't look like we're going to get any real moves just yet. So we'll be patient. But if price continues to sit around, then maybe what we'll do is just wait around here. Maybe we can get back on live later in the afternoon. Like that could be an idea for us too. Especially if we have a choppy morning, we'll just get back on. So we'll be patient. But this is like no good. This little, what is that? That's disgusting. ATR's at 5 and it's 1050. So now before, right, we had the election time and after the election, we had the ATR was so high for so long. There was just move after move after move. Right now, it's the opposite. We don't have anything going on. And when price sits at the VWAP, like this is, not that we're gambling, but like we're pretty close to it. When price sits at the VWAP, there just isn't a whole lot going on. And we have to let this flush out first. So we've done a good job so far not blowing up an account, which is good. We haven't done that yet. But we also haven't had consistent success because there isn't a whole lot of movement for us to really trade. So we need price to break in range. If we don't get a break, then we don't have a real trade here. So especially when you start to see price hovering around, like this is a great setup here. This was a good trade we took there as well. But and then this is a good setup here. You're only getting a few of these. This one's tough. When you get price trading at the channel lines, it can get really difficult really fast. So we'll keep that in mind, but we'll have to wait and see what we got here. Wait and see what we got here. Okay. Yeah, we just got a whole lot of nothing so far. Whole lot of nothing.
How long would it be until you said you might look for a short like this low right here?
I mean, I would get in if price got into like down outside the channel. I would look for a low there, or a short there. Looks like the 4 hour is kind of building. It's got new lows recently, but it's bounced off these. Are these lower highs rather? Higher lows rather. This one's tricky though. Let me see. Yeah. So, I mean, this is just hideous looking, but we don't have price doing really anything. So, we need to see, like, a lot of times we want to see price action move fast. So here's like here on the it's the 4 hour, show the daily really fast. Sometimes on the daily, and this candle is so atrociously small, like that is disgusting. We haven't had this small a movement in. Oh, maybe this one. That was back Friday, October 11th. A long time. This thing has gone nowhere. The fact that we even pulled out any sort of winning trade is crazy. All right. So typically though, like if you're looking for a short, especially on like the daily, you don't typically get like a green, then a red, then green. It doesn't really happen like that. You typically get a slowdown, which would be this candle here. Then you get something like this, and then you start to get some slopage, and then boom. So like momentum doesn't just stop. When you have, especially off a day like this, you might get like the market might be red a little bit on the day. It's really sitting at even, honestly. To get some stoppage of momentum, then you'll get. It's pretty rare that you would get a yo-yo of like price going crazy back to back. That's why I wasn't sure like I want to go short just yet. Like technically from open to now, it's been up. Futures have, but we'll wait for it to uncork and then we'll take some trades. But we're sitting at a VWAP, and this is just the most annoying you could possibly ask for. So, okay. All right, let's see if we have a little bit of a break right here. All right. ATR is officially at 4 and change. So nothing really for us to look at. I'm gonna let's do this. Let's call it a day for today, and then we can jump back on in the afternoon if the ATR picks up and we're sitting at 6 to 7. Have some movement here if price gets away from VWAP. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But if we can get back on later in the afternoon and get some real price movement, then we'll take that. So I'm gonna call it a day for now. Maybe we'll be back in the afternoon in a couple hours, maybe about 3 hours or so. see if we can get back on and catch some solid moves. I will see you guys there. Thanks for tuning in. Kind of a boring morning, but better than nothing. I'll see you later. Peace.